Hey guys, this is Southern Conspiracies, and thanks again for tuning in for another video. This story takes place in Prince George County back in April of 2021. Prince George County remembers 13-year-old shooting victim killed by a 12-year-old. Prince George County police charged a 12-year-old DC boy in connection to Douglas' death. Hundreds of people gathered in the Prince George County parking lot on a Monday to remember a 13-year-old boy who's lost his life to gun violence. Prince George County's county police charged a 12-year-old DC child with first-degree murder on Monday in connection to the death of King Douglas, age 13, of Upper Marlboro. Police say the 12-year-old shot Douglas and stabbed another 13-year-old at a shopping center located on the 1700 block of Ritchie Station Court in Capitol Heights on a Saturday night. The other 13-year-old has since been released from the hospital. The Prince George County State's Attorney's Office says the 12-year-old remains in custody. A candlelight vigil in honor of Douglas took place on a Monday evening in the same parking lot where he was killed. Douglas's mother says she appreciated the support shown to her family by the community. "I'm suffering," said Douglas's mother, Jacka McKnight. "My son is suffering. My daughter is out here somewhere suffering. We don't have my son." McKnight says she dropped her son off to go to a Dave & Buster's nearby shortly before this incident happened Saturday. She pleaded with local churches to stop any disagreements they may have with one another. "It's not that serious. That beef is not that serious," she said. "All that stuff you are doing for Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever else, it's not that serious. This is not the first time gun violence has affected Douglas's family either. Douglas's father was paralyzed due to gun violence, according to his grandmother." Prince George's County Executive Angela Also Brooks attended the vigil. She said as a mother she could not imagine the pain the Douglas family is going through. "This does not reflect on these children," she said. "It reflects on us. When a child is able to die in a community like this, it says something, not about the children, but it says something about society. It says something about the work that we have to do." Prince George's County Police Major Brian Riley asked parents to make sure they do not leave their children unattended. He said unattended teens were involved in several fights at the location where Douglas was murdered.
He was just 13 years old, but over the weekend, King Douglas was shot and killed in Prince George's County, and the accused shooter was just 12 years old. Fox 9's Lindsay Watts is live in Capitol Heights tonight, where his mother shared her grief. Lindsay.
Well, Jim, police say a lot of kids were hanging out in this parking lot Saturday night, that this shooting started over some kind of argument. There's a Dave & Buster's not too far from here, and King's mother said that is where she dropped her son off, never guessing it would be the last time she would see him alive.
I had to plan my son's funeral today and pick out his casket.
Jacka McKnight says her son begged her to go out with friends on Saturday. It was later she got the call.
"Miss McKnight, please don't be mad at me." That's what she said. "Please don't be mad at me," and I'm not mad at you.
It was King's best friend, Assad. They grew up together here in Prince George's County. He told her he ran when the violence started, and he later found King on the ground in the parking lot.
All he kept saying was, "Don't doubt me, bro, don't doubt me." But Assad said, "Miss McKnight, I checked his pulse on his wrist, I checked his pulse on his neck, and I took my sweater off and wrapped it around him. If this is not a friend right here, y'all, if this is not a friend, if these are not friends right here, y'all, they didn't leave my son to die. These are friends, and I'm grateful for them."
Police responded here to Ritchie Station Court around 10:15. King Douglas dead on the scene, and a second 13-year-old with stab wounds. Police say the 12-year-old boy from D.C., accused of shooting King, later came in with his mother and confessed. Police say he claims his friend handed him the gun.
The kids can't be kids no more.
Diamond Coley came to the vigil with her son Makai. At 13, he's now lost 4 friends his age to gun violence. He also knew Micaiah Wilson, Karan Brown, and Davon McNeil, all killed in D.C.
He has his moments where, he'll just break down. So I don't know. Right now, we're just trying to figure it out. We're thinking about therapy and things like that. Just trying to figure it out. It's really sad, though, that these kids are so young going through things like this.
The 12-year-old in the case is being charged as a juvenile. I was talking to police tonight, and they say so far this year, 8 children have been charged with homicide in Prince George's County, compared to 6 for all of last year. The county executive, Angela Brooks, also came to this vigil. The family said they were very thankful for that. And she told me that this Thursday, she plans to announce some new initiatives, some activities and outlets for children here in the county this summer. Back to you.
There is a problem of adults dropping off their kids and saying, "Call us when you're done doing whatever you're going to do for the next several hours," and that fostered the environment that we found, he said. Prince George's County Police say the shooting did not appear to be random. Also, Brooks said the county plans to make an announcement later this week about constructive opportunities it will provide local children this summer. Jacob McKnight, King's mother, said she dropped her son off at Dave & Buster's Saturday evening, never realizing it would be the last time she'd see him alive. "I had to plan my son's funeral today and pick out his casket," she told the crowd. She said King had begged her to go with his friend Saturday. It was later she got a call from his best friend, Asad. She recalled that he asked her not to be mad at him, telling her he ran when the violence started and found King on the ground bleeding. She said Asad pleaded with King not to die. Asad said, "Miss McKnight, I checked his pulse on his wrist, I checked his pulse on his neck, and I took off my sweater and wrapped it around him," said McKnight. "And if this is not a friend here, these are friends. They didn't leave my son to die, and I'm grateful for them." Asad, also 13, stood next to her in tears along with another boy who was with them Saturday. Police responded to Ritchie Station Court around 10:15 p.m. that Saturday night. They said a large group of teens was hanging out there and had been an argument. King was found dead at the scene, and a second 13-year-old boy had been stabbed. Police said Monday that the 12-year-old boy from D.C. accused of shooting King later came forward with his mother and confessed to the crime. Police said he claims his friend handed him the gun during the fight when it broke out. He's been charged as a juvenile and has not been identified.
This is where 13-year-old King Douglas died, in the parking lot of a shopping center. Prince George's police say when they got to the scene, they found a large group of unattended kids around him. They say another 13-year-old had even been stabbed.
Throughout the evening, several fights took place, several skirmishes, several other things just moving around the parking lot.
Left to mourn Monday in the very same parking lot where he died was King Douglas's family and friends. His mother can't believe he's gone.
I'm suffering. My son is suffering. My daughter somewhere is out here suffering. We don't have my son.
She said she had to plan her son's funeral Monday, even pick out his casket.
The worst feeling ever. 12 years old with a gun. And you ain't mean to shoot my son. All you saying is, I'm sorry. I ain't mean to shoot him. But my son gone.
Prince George's County Executive Angela Brooks showed up to support Douglas's family too. A mother herself, she said she couldn't imagine the pain they're feeling.
This does not reflect on these children. It reflects on us. When a child is able to die in a community like this, when it says something not about the children, but it does say something about society.
County Executive Angela Brooks says later this week they plan to make announcements about providing constructive opportunities for youth here in the county throughout the summer. John Henry, WUSA 9.
Diamond Coley came to the vigil with her son, Micaiah. At 13, he's now lost 4 friends his own age due to gun violence. He also knew Micaiah Wilson, Karan Brown, and Davon McNeil, all killed in D.C. He has his moments where, he'll just break down, said Coley. We're trying to figure it out, thinking about therapy and things like that, just trying to figure it out. It's really sad, though, these kids that are so young going through things like this. Police say so far this year, 8 children have been accused in homicide cases in Prince George's County. That's just in 4 months, compared to 6 juvenile homicide charges all last year. Prince George's County Executive Angela Brooks attended the vigil, a gesture the family said they're thankful for. Brooks said she'll make an announcement on new initiatives to provide safe activities and outlets for the kids over the summer. Condolences to the family of King Douglas. We have to protect the children. We need to protect the children. We can't protect ourselves if we are not able to protect our children, the community in which we live, we thrive. We got to do better. Again, I always say, as a people, as a race, as humans, for humanity, we have got to be better people. As always, protect your energy, protect your peace, and until next time, like, share, and subscribe.